Man, I don't know about you, but the hype kicked in by the end of this chapter because the final battle against Kaido is here. It's beginning in Onigashima. The scabbards, the way they stormed Kaido, you would assume this is it. This is going to be the final battle to begin. I don't know how long this battle's going to take place, but you know some epic shit's about to happen. Especially when you see the three panels of probably the most three influential members of the worst generation. Zoro, Law, Kid, I'm telling you right now, get ready, get hyped, it's coming. So, speaking of hype, like, there's a amount of buzz and hype before this chapter even dropped because of the details that came in. Now, I didn't pay too much attention to it because I usually don't. So, first off, when it comes to like other people's reactions, I kind of want to see the chapter for myself before I acknowledge anybody else's to see if it gains either the same reaction from me or if it gains a different reaction. And I feel like that's the beauty of One Piece and that's the brilliance of Oda because number one, the fact that he can make is one thing to make Oda get us to get emotionally invested into every chapter, into every arc that's been put before us by Oda for the past 23 years and gain a reaction out of us. Whether we hate certain things, whether we like certain things, whether we despise certain things when it comes to like characters, like for instance, like the whole thing with Ace dying in front of Luffy, that got a reaction. Could not only gain a reaction from us, who he's presenting this to, but also the editors, the ones that work around Oda, who know Oda better than we do. The fact that they can get emotionally invested, like we found out that the editor was crying because of this chapter. I can kind of see why, because obviously if you're working closely with Oda, you have more of an emotional connection than anybody else when it comes to like putting One Piece together. So I can see why. I can't say for sure that I was crying, but I can definitely see why. But again, that's the beauty of One Piece. Everybody reacts differently. It could be the same way, but everybody has an emotion when it comes to One Piece. And for the most part, it's all positive, right? So we could begin the chapter with, I guess, Pound on the cover page. The Marines caught up. Capone and the Five Tank Pirates, Chiffon and Lola, they dip. And not to toot my own horn, I'll say I told you so, but I was kind of right in my last review when I stated the whole thing about Chiffon and Lola discovering that Pound was the father. And the reaction they had weren't that of daughters realizing they just realized, oh, we just met our father. No, I felt this could be a gag just because of that reaction alone, but just because of how Lola and Chiffon are. And the thing to note here is like the dialogue, escaping the Marines, the weird self-proclaimed father. You wouldn't say that if you actually doubted the fact that Chiffon and Lola doubted the fact that, oh, this guy's out of his mind. He can't be our father. So it also comes back around when it comes to like the bad luck the Pound's been having. That being said, though, this has to play a role because why would Oda have Pound survive this if it's just going to become a gag? So there has to be a reason for it. So we see reinforcements with Kinemon and Denjiro arrive with the rest of the scabbards, and we found out that indeed Kandro did get KO'd. It looks like he got killed, so that everybody's like crying and whatnot. Especially like they're just as closely connected to Kandro, despite the fact he was a traitor. And regardless of what you think of Kandro, he got screwed. And obviously, Okiku crying. Now we know why that is. Brings up the topic is Orochi dead because he's also KO'd right now. A lot of people, myself included, said he could. There's no way he's dead like that. But even if he's alive, like the way this chapter plans itself out, like the Kurozumi clan just got straight up abandoned because the Oniwabanshu, they chose to go with Kaido. Everybody else chose to go with Kaido. So even if Orochi's still alive, he's going to have no one to back him up. So I also noticed the fact they didn't pan to like Jinmei and Robin. They panned to other Straw Hat members, but not them. So I'm wondering what they're going to do. The fact that we saw a close-up of Orochi, you see his blank eyes, but I'm predicting that he's going to get back into the game. So Kaido gives the declaration, like, you either join me or you stand against me. I'll respect you, but you'll die. So and Hirogoro actually like kind of like he's ticked off by this, like, have you forgotten about your warrior code? Like she's like leaving Nami and Kara, and the fact that she's doing that means they're gonna be fine. Like they're gonna find a way out of this. Maybe Jinbei and Robin are gonna do something. But this pretty much confirms what I said. I mean, it was obvious, but now it's like it's straight up it's a confirmation now that the Straw Hats are going to rendezvous at this point, and now that's when the final battle with the Straw Hats in Onigashima is going to take place. It's also, we did get to see Zeus also in this chapter, so I'm wondering if Nami's going to find a way to control Zeus to do something. This is where I guess Kaido's like challenging Momonosuke to actually step up and, hey, tell me your name. Because like I didn't believe a word you said when you said, what's your name? You didn't answer any of my questions back then. If you're not the sort of Kazuki Oden, the execution will be immediately cancelled. The fact that we got the speech from Momonosuke speaks volumes to character development. I thought he might awaken some type of haki. So maybe that's going to come. I'm going to ask you one more time, what's your name? And whilst it's going on, we got Yamato and Luffy like running away. It looks like they're putting up a fight also against the Beast Pirates. But this portion of the chapter started to get me hyped because Luffy was like, he's all about that Rayleigh business, like wanting to get this cuss off. I was wondering if they were going to do that off screen. I'm glad they did it because it adds to the tension. Like Luffy, because if he screws up, then they're going to explode. And they weren't duds, and Kaido really was about to kill his daughter or son in his eyes. Luffy embraces the haki, and we don't get to see the aura that we've seen previously when he's practicing Rio. But what he's doing is like the same thing that Rayleigh did. You see his arms change color, and then boom, he shatters the shackles, throws them away, and that's what causes the explosion. So you also got Who's Who, and you have Ulti. They're coming for the live stage. They're coming for like Ulti's like all about that Yamato business. So are we gonna get Ulti versus Yamato? That'd be pretty epic. The two females that people are taking the most attention to right now is Yamato and Ulti. So that'd be pretty epic. The Toby Robo have to come in as well. Black Maria has to show up at some point because of what's about to go down. Also, what happened to Sasaki? Speaking of, because we see Denjiro and Kinemon at the beginning of the chapter, right? We also got a reunion with Izo, and the rest of the Scabbers like Kinemon and Denjiro saw him, so that's pretty cool. We also see Usopp and Chopper, and I said they were going to do something like the rest of the Strats. They have to make their way to the execution platform. They know what's going on with Momonosuke, so yeah, they're not missing this. Good on Chopper and Usopp. Like I said, Frankie and Brooke have to show up at some point. And then, like I said, you begin the hype when you see the panels of the three most badass characters in the series, like Kid, Law, and Zoro. It looked like, if you look in the background, Zoro's taking care of, like, you see one of the Beast Pirates going flying. So, yeah, I don't know if it looks like he's using Emna, but you can't be really sure with Zoro. Doesn't really matter because he's going to use it against King. That's a fact. So, Kid's, like, the face, though, Kid's making, like, he's ecstatic. Like, so you know he's about to go off. Then we go back to, like, Momonosuke being challenged to tell Kaido his name. And we get everything put into perspective. You have Toki. It's like one day you will be the man who carries country on his shoulders. Luffy's like, I will be the one who will become Pirate King. And if you notice, like, I think that's actually the first time Luffy met Momonosuke back at Punk Hazard. And then we get to see, and what capped it up was pretty much the panel of Oden. You want to know the meaning of your name? Momo stands for the peerless one. My name is Momonosuke Kazuki. Let me tell you something. That's going to sound epic in the anime. And I think all doubts have been cast off by the previous episode of how epic that was. So I can guarantee you the voice actor is going to be A+ when we get this in the anime. I'll guarantee you. I am the one who will be Wano's Shogun. So, and everybody's laughing, but Kaido's face, like, he's pissed. Like, yeah, that's not what he was expecting at all. And you can kind of try and see Momonosuke try and calm himself down so he don't cry. But it adds to the moment anyway. And, like, Momonosuke is like father, mother, when I join you, I can finally look at your face. He's not dying, so no. And the fact that they also foreshadow, like, Hiyori, I was hoping to see you one last time. I think Hiyori's going to make an appearance because it makes no sense to have two swords linked to Kazuki Oden that wounded Kaido. If it's not going to have a role, the Amino Habikiri and the Mito Emna have to play a role together. The only one who could possibly use it, maybe she's training, maybe because we don't know what Hiyori's been up to, like when she separated from Denjiro, right? So that has to play a role. I would love to think that what's going to happen is like Hiyori and Zoro are going to use a combo attack, and Luffy's going to deliver the final blow. I think that could be the way that's one way that could go. Shinobu kind of like pointed it out, and I was going to make this point earlier when Shinobu ran away to like help out Momonosuke and the other scabbards. Like Shinobu pretty much stated like we don't our focus was like bringing Orochi down. We should have been more focused on bringing down Kaido. So the fact that she said that, and the fact that Momonosuke says Hiyori is hoping to see you one last time. Remember, Hiyori did say that she wanted to kill Orochi, but if Orochi is no longer the problem, then Kaido is. So I think that has to play a role. Momonosuke said that. In comes the explosion from the shackles. So, and Yamato's like tearing up because obviously she was realizing that, oh, you really were going to kill me. So now she's got the shackles off, so she can go all out, all she wants. So I'm wondering now if they were I don't think they were Kuroseki cuffs, but was she nerfed because of those shackles? So that could be a way to like really hype up Yamato here. So and she also says you're not my father anymore at all. So this also has to play a role. Like, is she going to tag along with the Straw Hats after this? Like, because Odin's dream was to see the world, and Yamato wants to. And the fact that Luffy just said like straight up like the scabbards and Momonosuke is the son of Kozuki Odin. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe it won't lead to anything at all. Maybe she won't become a knockout. I don't think she's going to become a Straw Hat. She may tag along, kind of like the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, like kind of like BB. Like, we'll see each other again, and maybe that she'll help out. Because she's definitely going to become a powerful ally, no question. Luffy says it, and it's through the words of Oda in his dialogue. Like, the decisive battle is about to start. Without us, no. And they're not. It means they're not close to the execution platform yet, but it does mean the scabbards are coming in. I mean, it's like Jack, Queen, and King are on red alert. Izo tag King. That's pretty epic, I won't lie. But we don't get to see what happened with Queen and Jack. So, but then you see the rest of the scabbards: Kiku, Kawamatsu, Raizo, Inuyasha, Nekomamushi, and Ajiro Doji. They all charge Kaido, and the last two panels are discard your wits, put your life on the line in a single blow. You see Denjiro and you see Kinemon. They're all attacking Kaido, and it's what's cool about this. Like, Kaido is acknowledging the scabbards through Odin because he's seeing Odin as they're about to attack him. So that's pretty cool. That's an epic way to end the chapter and a great way to start this final battle. So I don't know what's going to happen with the samurai, but yeah, the other allies have to show up, like Kid, Law, the rest of the Stratus, they have to show up too. That's when all hell's going to break loose, and I cannot wait to see what happens there. This chapter was great. It didn't get me to cry like the editor, but I can definitely see why some people might have cried during this sequence. So let me know what you guys think down below. I thought it was a great chapter, a great cliffhanger, and Oda back at it again, and now we can finally begin the final battle in Onigashima in Wano. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like the video if you did. Give it the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Helps out the channel with these videos. Subscribe channel for more One Piece, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.